The air was serene under the Bodhi tree, where Buddha meditated in tranquil silence. Disciples gathered, eager for his teachings. A young monk named Ananda stepped forward, his eyes reflecting the turmoil within his heart. "Master," Ananda began, voice trembling with uncertainty, "I feel ensnared by the allure of the digital world and its fleeting pleasures." The Buddha gazed at the couple, his eyes as gentle as the light reflecting on the surface of calm waters. He began, his voice steady and soothing. "Parenting is a path of compassion, rooted deeply in the practice of self-understanding." The disciples leaned closer, the simplicity and depth of his words drawing them in like a soft melody. "These reflections are not the self but mere shadows, impermanent and insubstantial," Buddha continued, each word resonating like a temple bell. Ananda listened intently, his thoughts slowing, his inner storm beginning to dissipate. Buddha reached down to the earth, lifting a handful of soil in his hand. "Consider this soil," Buddha said, his voice calm. "It is rich and nurturing but does not define the lotus." His hand opened, the soil falling back to its origin, leaving only purity in his gesture. "The lotus grows from the soil, yet it rises above the mud, unsullied and serene," Buddha explained. Ananda's eyes widened as the profound metaphor began to unfold in his understanding. "You, too, must rise above the mud of attachment, using wisdom as the stem that guides your growth," Buddha instructed. The other disciples murmured, exchanging glances of realization and self-reflection, inspired by his teachings. "What should I do, Master?" Ananda asked, his tone steady now, seeking the path Buddha illuminated. Buddha gestured toward the pond, where a lotus floated untouched by the rippling waters surrounding it. "Begin with mindfulness, Ananda," Buddha advised. "Observe your thoughts and actions without judgment, allowing awareness to become your guiding light." Ananda nodded, his hands pressed together in gratitude, his heart awakening to the truth Buddha revealed. "Discernment will teach you which tools to use and which distractions to let fall like dry leaves," Buddha added. Another disciple, intrigued, asked, "Master, how can we engage with the digital world while preserving our inner peace?" Buddha turned, his expression both kind and contemplative, addressing the question with wisdom born of infinite patience. "The device is not the problem," Buddha said. "It is attachment to it that chains the mind in suffering." A gentle wind stirred the branches above, the rustling leaves echoing the subtle power of his words. "Engage with intention, not impulse. Use the tool as a means to serve others, not as an escape," Buddha explained. The disciples bowed, acknowledging the profound balance Buddha offered, a harmony between utility and restraint. "In the silence of the mind, clarity arises, and you can navigate the digital realm as you would a forest," Buddha continued. Ananda smiled faintly, his understanding deepening with each word, his heart lightened by the wisdom unfolding. Buddha looked up at the sky, the sunlight filtering through the leaves, his expression serene and timeless. "The sun shines equally on the lotus and the mud, yet the lotus chooses to rise," Buddha remarked. The disciples sat in silent meditation, internalizing the teachings, their hearts and minds aligning with the wisdom shared. "Remember, Ananda," Buddha concluded, "the path of detachment does not reject the world but transcends it through mindful awareness." His voice lingered in the air, like the distant sound of a temple bell. Long after it ceased, the disciples remained under the tree, the teachings etching themselves into their hearts. An eternal truth revealed anew. Another day, under the golden hue of evening light, Buddha sat by the riverside, his gaze calm and unwavering. Disciples gathered around, their curiosity sparking like embers seeking the warmth of his wisdom. A farmer named Devadatta knelt before Buddha, troubled by the turmoil his mind could not silence. "Master," Devadatta began, My time is consumed by the endless scroll. I lose hours seeking distractions that bring no fulfillment. Buddha turned to Devadatta, his serene expression free of judgment, his gaze like a mirror reflecting truth. Devadatta, Buddha said, his voice steady, the illusion of time is like a shadow, ever present but insubstantial, feeding the hunger of unawareness. Devadatta looked at his hands, weathered by years of toil, as if searching for the missing purpose within their grasp. Buddha lifted a single leaf, its veins intricate and fragile, illuminated by the last rays of the setting sun. This leaf, Buddha began, has known sunlight and rain, its life brief yet meaningful, never wasted in frivolous pursuits. Devadatta listened, the simplicity of the leaf unraveling a deeper truth, its meaning whispering through his heart's soil. The digital world offers illusions of permanence and urgency, distracting the mind from its purpose like clouds obscure the sun. Buddha continued. Disciples murmured softly, the metaphor of clouds drawing parallels to their own entanglements with fleeting pleasures. Buddha placed the leaf gently on the ground, allowing it to rest in harmony with the earth that nurtured it. Time, Buddha said, his voice resonating like a distant drum, must be embraced with mindfulness. Each moment deserves your full attention. Devadatta bowed his head, his burden lighter, the wisdom of the moment weaving clarity into his troubled thoughts. Another disciple, intrigued, spoke, Master, how do we avoid wasting time while living within the temptations the digital world presents? Buddha regarded the disciple, his gaze kind yet piercing, his wisdom shaping answers beyond the simplicity of words. Guide your child not with fear of the future but with the love that blooms within the present moment. Satala asked softly, but my son resents my absence, and his words are bitter, his heart estranged. Use the digital realm as the moon uses its reflection. Do not mistake the image for the light that creates it, Buddha said. Disciples nodded, their reflections deepening, their minds opening like blossoms under the moonlight. Buddha invoked boundaries, Buddha added, protect the lamp of your purpose, preventing distractions from consuming the oil that feeds its flame. His hands extended, palms open, like offerings of space where the boundaries of mindfulness could flourish. Each moment wasted on distractions diminishes the light within. Discipline restores the balance that time deserves, Buddha explained. Devadatta pressed his palms together, gratitude pouring from his soul, the flame within reignited by Buddha's wisdom. The disciples sat quietly, their hearts stirred by truths echoed from the river and the leaf Buddha had shared. Remember, Devadatta, Buddha concluded, when your attention flows like the river, unobstructed and mindful, time becomes your ally in fulfillment. Let this stone be your guide, a symbol of balance, resilience, and harmony in the currents of life's demands. Satala bowed deeply, his voice steady with newfound resolve. Master, I will balance my duties, offering love and presence within each moment. The Buddha nodded, his gaze compassionate. May your love anchor your child, and your wisdom guide them as the roots anchor the tree. Another day. Another sunset adorned the grove with hues of gold and crimson. As disciples gathered to hear the Buddha's wisdom, disciples leaned forward, their hearts open, seeking wisdom to navigate the intricate challenges of life. A merchant named Sariputta knelt before Buddha, his face reflecting both concern and humility. Master, Sariputta began, I see hostility spreading online, words tearing bonds instead of nurturing the connections that hold us together. Buddha gazed at the merchant, his eyes filled with compassion that softened the weight of Sariputta's burden. Rajiva frowned, asking earnestly, how can I maintain control and guide my daughter when she refuses to heed my wisdom? Control, the Buddha said, is an illusion that binds the heart, creating conflict where harmony should flow like the ocean's rhythm. Guide not through control, but through humility and example, allowing your wisdom to shine without suppressing her independence. When ignorance spins the threads, the web captures hearts in suffering. When wisdom weaves, the web fosters understanding, Buddha continued. His hands gestured toward the sky, where stars illuminated the interconnected vastness above. Rajiva's expression softened, yet her path seems misguided. Her choice is challenging my principles. How do I correct her course? The Buddha advised, correct not by imposing your will, but by embodying the virtues you wish her to learn through example. Another disciple, curious, asked, Master, how do we remind others of their bonds when cruelty overshadows compassion in the digital world? Buddha smiled softly, his presence radiating patience, as he prepared to share timeless wisdom for their modern struggle. Words, Buddha began, carry seeds. Those sown in anger bear thorns, while those sown in kindness blossom into unity. He picked up a fallen leaf, its veins intertwining, mirroring the bonds of life. Fragile yet profound. Speak mindfully, Buddha advised. Choose words as a gardener chooses seeds, planting only those that nurture growth and harmony. Sariputta raised his head, the simplicity of the teaching igniting a spark of hope within his troubled heart. The web of life is sustained not by selfishness but by the selfless acts that strengthen its threads, Buddha added. He shared a tale. Once, a father clung to authority, demanding compliance from his rebellious son, only to push him further away. But when the father humbled himself, admitting his mistakes and listening to his son, their bond flourished in mutual respect. Hatred, Buddha said, is a flame that feeds on division. Compassion is water, extinguishing its destruction and nurturing renewal. His hands closed gently, as though shielding the delicate truth he had entrusted to their care. Rajiva sighed, but my fear for her safety consumes me, clouding my ability to trust her decisions. How do I overcome this? Fear, the Buddha replied, is born from attachment. You, Buddha concluded, must become the source of kindness, a ripple in the water spreading outward to awaken others. The disciples remained silent, the gravity of the teaching weaving through their hearts like an unbroken thread. Sariputta, Buddha said, addressing the merchant directly, compassion begins with one, yet its reach is boundless, transforming the web with every act. Sariputta bowed low, his gratitude profound, his mission clear, guided by the truth Buddha had illuminated. The disciples meditated beneath the vast sky, the stars above reflecting the interconnectedness Buddha had described. Another day would come, bringing new challenges, but tonight, their hearts were woven stronger into the web of life. It is strengthened by authenticity, earning respect through honesty and self-awareness. Your daughter will value your guidance when she sees you as human, capable of growth and understanding, rather than infallible. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.